Hey everybody! Okay, so I have a couple videos in mind that I really wanted to do today, but I was going to make this one part of my other one. I really want to do it on crystal cleansing, but the more I started talking to myself on what I wanted this video to be, the more I realized it needed to be its own. So the whole point of this today is getting to know your crystals. And I don't mean, just doing the 3-day challenge and, getting to know them that way. I mean, that's really good. Or reading up on the metaphysical properties, how they're used in magic, how they're used in divination. I mean really, really getting to know your crystals. Where they're from, how they're made, what they're made up of, how long they take to form. All of the geology and the chemistry behind a crystal. And, okay, if you go to WitchontheRocks.com, and I actually just bought a spirit quartz cluster from there, so I'm very, very excited to get it. But if you read the top part of her webpage, it says something along the lines of, when you make a purchase from the store, you're not just purchasing a rock, you're adopting a crystal soul. And I really, really, really like how she puts that, because whenever I work with crystals, I feel like each one of them has a different personality. They all have different properties, they all do different things. It's kind of like your circle of friends. You contact certain friends when you need certain things. There you go. When you start collecting crystals, you really start collecting, you really start building a crystal family. And I know I'm probably getting kind of weird on here, but just stick with me. Now this is kind of how I look at it, this analogy. If you were to walk up to somebody on the street, say you walk up and you see Paul, and you don't know this guy, you walk up to him and you're like, "Hi, my name's Krista." And he goes, "Hi, my name's Paul." You don't, bam, become best friends just like that, where you tell each other everything. At that point, okay, that person's in your life. So you start with the basics, where are you from, what do you do, what's your family like, stuff like that. And the more you hang out and spend time getting to know each other, the more you can really open up and get to know, their deep personality and, why they're in your life and their deep, dark little secrets. And you can share yours as well. And that's really what I'm trying to do when I get crystals. There's so many different ones out there, but you really, really have to take the time and study each one. I got my fluorite, okay, it arrived, it showed up in my life. I don't expect to be like, okay, fluorite, I have you, now I need you to do this for me. I mean, you can do that if you're using them for just little things here and there. You're like, oh, I have a crystal, I'm going to put it in my spell bag, or I'm going to use it in my spells, that's fine. But if you're really serious about collecting crystals and using them in your daily practice, once a crystal is introduced in your life, you really have to take the time to get to know them and to study all of that chemistry and geology that's behind them. HibiscusMoon and WitchontheRocks both have videos on this, and they're fantastic. So if you want to know more, definitely, look them up. But I wanted to show you guys this book. I don't know if you can see it. It's called Guide to Gems by Callie Oldershaw. And I found this while Kevin and I were out shopping the other day. We were looking for books on herbs, actually, and came across this book. And it doesn't have anything metaphysical in it. There's no magic, no divination, no crystal properties for healing. It is all scientific. It goes through and, let's say, it goes, here's some yellow gems, some pink gems, blue gems. I believe it categorizes them by different families. Yeah, it does. But like, for example, here's emerald. Most people know emerald. So it goes through and it talks about you know, what it was used for back in the day. You know, goes back as far as 3000 BC. Talks about how it was made, you know, where you could find it. It's got the different colors they can be. It's got its actual chemical composition. So if you go back to chemistry and you remember all those chemical compounds, yep, they're in here. Talks about specific gravity, its hardness, its group. I believe there's 7 different crystal groups, which are the different shapes. Talks about, you know, its fracture, its luster, its transparency, the different locations you can find it, how long it takes to form. They have pictures of what it looks like, you know, if it's rough or tumbled. And I really want to get a couple more of these books. I haven't been able to go all the way through this yet, but I would love to have a couple of these, because it's really nice to be like, okay, this is my amethyst, this is my favorite stone. You know all of the background behind it, because I feel like if you know a stone inside and out, just like a person, you're gonna, you know, it's just gonna work better for you. Another example that I actually came across was citrine. You know, citrine is one of my favorite stones, and I found out that, and I actually learned this from WitchontheRocks and HibiscusMoon as well, but citrine is part of the amethyst and quartz family. They're all in the same little group. And citrine is originally an amethyst or a smoky quartz, and Mother Earth heats it up, throws in a little bit of iron, and that's how it becomes citrine. Obviously it's more, you know, scientific than that, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And the majority of citrine that you buy on the market nowadays is either lab heated amethyst or smoky quartz. So it's not saying it's not real. All of my citrine that I have is lab heated. So, you know, it's really, books like this really tell you, you know, what to look for to find something that's real, or how to tell a couple different stones apart. So, but yeah, just wanted to share this with you guys and let you know, if you're really serious about crystal healing, to really try to pick up at least one of these books and try to do some background checking on the stones that you have, and really try to get to know them, because they really will feel like they're going to be part of your family instead of just a tool that you use. So stay tuned for my video on crystal cleansing, and blessed be everybody!